In this video, I'm going to show you how you can have a live conversation with ChatGPT to improve your spoken English anytime. Imagine if you could have a conversation with a native English speaker anytime. How much would your English improve? Probably a lot, but you have to know how, and that's what we're going to focus on in this video. My name is Luke. I hope you're ready to improve your English. Let's get started. All right, so here we are in ChatGPT. Now, I'm using GPT-4 in my browser, but the weird thing is right now, as I'm saying this, you can only do the voice chat in the app. I know, that's a little bit strange. Some features are available to some people and not others. Some things are available to Plus users and others not. It's always changing, so make sure you know what's available to you. So the challenge is, if I just start a voice chat with ChatGPT in the app, it's not going to be very good because I'm not telling ChatGPT what I want. And this is something I cover in a lot of depth in my course on achieving English fluency with ChatGPT. It's a whole course on the topic. The prompts that you use are everything, how you structure them, because that's what allows you to get what you want. If you just start a conversation and say, hi, well, okay, maybe, but often what you get is these long explanations from ChatGPT, just talking and talking and talking, right? So I want to be very clear. I'm trying to practice my English. What I want is a conversation partner who's not going to talk too much, who's going to push me and ask me questions and ask me follow-up questions, right? And keep the conversation moving. Now, there are other ways to use this to then get feedback, but we're just focusing on the conversation practice partner right now. Okay, so this is what we want. This is very simple. And again, we're looking at this in the browser, right? So I've put in this prompt. Role, chat practice partner for Luke. I put my name in there because I want it to be, personalized. Topic, work-life balance, and put in whatever topic you like there. This is where you choose the topic. So you have to, change the prompts each time to make it specific for what you want. And this is great, by the way, for practicing IELTS or for other spoken exams, English exams. Casual, respectful, not too enthusiastic or flowery. This is just the flavor of the conversation that I want to have. I don't like too much enthusiasm. I want it to be real, right? Steps, initiate with a topic-specific question. Wait for Luke's answer, one question at a time. Encourage Luke to share thoughts and opinions supportively. Maintain a balanced conversation. And then I give an example, and I'll put this prompt in the description as well. So this is an important thing to keep in mind. Now, this is the kind of key thing here. As I said, just starting. You don't know where it's going to go, and you don't know what you're going to get out of it. To get the most out of ChatGPT, you need to state clearly what you want using prompts. The difficulty then is that if you just start having a conversation, you're not really using a prompt. So you put the prompt in here, right, in a new chat like this, and then you get okay, right? Respond with okay and wait for me to say, let's get started. So let's get started is my kind of key phrase to then begin the voice chat, telling ChatGPT, oh, okay, I'm going to follow those instructions you gave me. It's telling ChatGPT to follow the prompt. And this is where it gets really interesting because then you're in charge again, right? ChatGPT is no longer in charge. It's now doing what you want it to do. And that is essential to get the most out of it. Essential, especially for English practice. Okay, so now we have our prompt, and ChatGPT has said, I understand. Okay, So now what we want to do is go over to the app. And I know we're going kind of back and forth. You could do it all in the app, but I want to just show you that you can do it this way because the chats are all in your history, right? Okay, so now we pop over to the phone. Here I am. This is my app on my phone. So I'm going to be looking down. When you see me look down, it's because I'm looking at my phone. Okay? So notice that what you see here is the same thing. You see the same conversation because that's what I put in, right? Okay. So all I have to do is hit the headphones here, and that starts the conversation. And we should start talking about work-life balance, and ChatGPT should not talk too much. We should have a nice conversation, which will all be in the history that I can review later. Very cool. Here we go. Let's get started.
How do you currently manage your work-life balance?
So that's a good question. I try to keep things balanced by having clear time cutoffs for activities. I tend to do too much, for example, work. And so if I have a clear time where I must stop working, I will stop at that time and then can pick up work later. Those kinds of guidelines allow me to maintain balance, spend the right amount of time exercising, the right amount of time working, and the right amount of time with family, the right amount of time doing hobbies. It's tough for me, especially because I'm kind of a workaholic, but that has been a great way for me to find a nice work-life balance.
Setting clear boundaries seems like a smart way to handle it, especially if you're naturally drawn to work more. Do you ever find it challenging to stick to those cutoff times?
I do sometimes find it difficult to stick to the cutoff times, particularly when I'm really excited about something, particularly when I'm working on a video and I'm in the middle of a script. It is so difficult to stop sometimes. And in those cases, I must admit, I will go over my time limits once in a while. But just having the time limits in mind in general does help me keep that balance pretty well.
It's definitely understandable to get caught up in the flow of a project you're passionate about. How do you recalibrate when you do go over those limits? Do you have a strategy to get back on track?
Yeah, sometimes just taking a full day off to reset can be really effective. I also find it really useful to just hang out with family or just go outside and go for a walk. And it helps to reset when you're doing nothing. And then when you come back to life, it's a little easier to see where to spend your time in a balanced way.
Taking a day off and spending time outdoors sounds like a great way to recharge. It's impressive that you've found strategies that work for you. Do you think your approach to work-life balance has evolved over time?
I would say it's definitely evolved because I used to be much more of a workaholic and it actually sometimes caused problems. But I actually need to run. So could we wrap up this conversation and maybe continue later?
Absolutely. It sounds like you've made some positive changes over time. Feel free to reach out when you want to continue our conversation. Take care.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. And now you can see that the whole conversation is in my history. And let's see what happens if I go back to my browser. There you go. The whole conversation that I just had is there. And I can review it, and I could, if I want, copy it and ask for feedback on that if I'm struggling with my English. It's a really powerful thing. You have a record of everything. You can talk about any topic, and it really all comes down to using the right prompts. That is absolutely essential. So, try this out for yourself. Let me know how it goes. If you want to get into this stuff more deeply, the prompts to use to not just practice your English, not just have conversations, but deeply learn vocabulary, how to use specific idioms in context, maybe picking out things from reading or mastering grammar, practicing for things like the IELTS or other exams or job interviews. improving your writing, and many, many more. Check out that course. It's all about how to improve your English with AI, particularly ChatGPT. If you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments. If you try this out for yourself, again, let me know how it goes. If you haven't done so already and you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Also get a free course in the links in the description, and I will see you in the next one.